Paris, 1739. For 5 years, a man named Louis Bretez walked every street of this city, sketched every façade, and measured every garden wall. His patron, Michel-Étienne Turgot, wanted nothing less than to capture Paris entirely. Every church spire, every courtyard, every crooked medieval lane, 20 sheets of paper, thousands of hours of work, and when assembled, something miraculous, a city frozen in ink. But maps are more than ink. Come, step into the lines. Let us walk through Paris as Bretez saw it. In the pale light before sunrise, the great cathedral of Notre-Dame stands as it has for 5 centuries, a mountain of stone rising from the heart of Paris. Here, on this island in the Seine where the ancient Parisi first made their home, the city stirs to life. The bells have not yet called the faithful to morning mass, but already a priest crosses the worn cobblestones toward those massive doors. This is where our journey begins, at the spiritual heart of a city that calls itself the center of the world. The morning has begun its commerce. A water carrier hauls his burden from the river. Someone empties the night's waste without much concern. This is Paris as most Parisians know it, not the grand boulevards of kings, but these shadowed canyons where thousands live stacked upon thousands. Yet ahead, through the gloom, morning light beckons. And then, the world opens. The Pont Neuf, they call it, the new bridge, though it has crossed these waters for over 100 years. See how it stands bare to the sky. No houses crowd its span as they do on lesser bridges. Here, Paris comes to see and be seen. At the centre, good King Henri IV surveys his realm in eternal bronze, the king who ended the wars of religion and promised a chicken in every pot. Nobles rub shoulders with pickpockets, tooth-pullers promise painless extractions, and charlatans hawk the cure for every ailment. This is the stage of Paris. Walk with me into the crowd. See how Paris reveals itself here. Such is the magic of the Pont Neuf. For these few minutes of crossing, the city forgets its hierarchies. And through it all, Henri watches. They say he was a king who walked among his people. Perhaps his statue does the same. But keep your hand on your purse. The bridge's democracy extends to those who take as well as those who give. Across the bridge. Here is where the wealth of France flows into Paris. Wine from Burgundy, grain from the Beauce, timber for 1,000 construction sites. These barrels have floated down the river for weeks to reach those thirsty Parisian throats. Ahead, beyond the bustle of commerce, something grander will emerge. That is our destination. The palace of the Louvre, where kings once held court, and where the arts and sciences now make their home. This is the architecture of kings, the Tuileries palace, summer home of the Bourbon monarchs, though the present king prefers his palace at Versailles. Yet Paris has not abandoned this place. Look, the gardens beyond still draw the fashionable world. Those geometric paths, those sculpted hedges, that is the mind of Le Nôtre made visible. Nature herself disciplined to French order. A different universe from the chaos we walked through mere minutes ago. This is Paris as it dreams of itself. Beautiful, supreme. And so we arrive. The Louvre, palace of kings, home of academies, temple of all that France believes itself to be. We stand in the cour carré, the square court, where the ambitions of 5 centuries of monarchs have written themselves in stone. François Ier began this dream. Louis XIV nearly completed it. The king has gone to Versailles now, but the artists remain. In these halls, they study the works of masters and dream of their own immortality. We have walked through the city as the Turgot Map recorded it. from the ancient faith of Notre-Dame, across the democratic chaos of the Pont Neuf, through streets where millions lived their small lives, to this monument of royal grandeur. This is Paris in 1735, contradictory, magnificent, alive. And the map that showed us the way? It will survive revolutions, empires, wars, a frozen moment of a city that never stops changing. Our journey ends here. The city goes on forever,